just columnist, all around all around Dallas sports person. Tim Cowlishaw wrote, "Why now is the Mavericks time to shock the NBA? Trade Kristaps Porzingis for Ben Simmons." So now I have two stock market buy or sells for you, and you got to do both of them at the same time.
Okay.
The Mavericks should trade Ben Simmons for Kristaps Porzingis. The Mavericks could trade Ben Simmons for Kristaps Porzingis. So basically, is it possible, and should they do it?
Is it possible between Philadelphia and Dallas? I don't believe so. I'm going to sell on that one. Should they do it? That's really hard because at first I'm like, no, that it's not going to happen because the Mavs want to be right about this duo working. And there's no reason it shouldn't on paper, but there are so many factors that I don't want to take a ton of time to really go through all of the reasons why Ben Simmons, the potential reward could outweigh the risk, but it's a pretty big risk. But I would want people to ask themselves, are we not dealing with a pretty big risk right now? Like, where do you stand? You got to just pick your poison. And I do think that the Clutch Sports trying to mend that relationship, if you did get Ben Simmons here, might be worth a little bit of that.
Oh, interesting angle on that. Just to make good with Clutch. But I don't think it's like I'm selling on they could trade him because what is Porzingis going to do in Philadelphia? They'd have to do a third team, and then that third team would have to come up with some playoff-ready players that make sense. Now, is it Portland and then CJ McCollum goes to, but then why would you just trade Ben Simmons for, CJ McCollum and keep Ben Simmons in Portland? So should they do it on my part? Sure. Yeah. Right. Like, I think Luka can make it work. I think he can make anything work. He played that roster he played with in Slovenia, like for the Slovenian national team. Like, he made that work so well. Any types of players, they played faster on that team and the Mavericks played slower. It doesn't really matter. He does need some space, so maybe Ben Simmons thing, but he's been playing with Dwight Powell and been playing incredible with Dwight Powell and Willie Cauley-Stein and guys like that. So
for sure.
I think that could be possible. And then you add that defender that they've always needed. I think they should do it, but it's not possible. I don't know. Yeah. Also, to your point about the Mavericks do want to be right about the Porzingis-Luka pairing. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? That's what I would ask the Dallas Mavericks. That's a big question that they tell you in like premarital counseling and things like that my wife and I went through. Do you want to be right? Do you want to be happy? I think they would much rather be happy. And if they got Ben Simmons, I think they'd be more happy because he's going to play games. He's not going to be as injury prone as Porzingis. And then at least he's unhappy for reasons the Mavericks can fix. And they haven't burned the bridge in the past. So they're not rebuilding the bridge with Porzingis. They could just start fresh with Ben Simmons. A change of scenery may help both of those two players. But from all accounts, they're rolling with Kristaps Porzingis. I'm with you. I think he's going to have a much better season this year. And so we'll see.